Hi there, everyone, and welcome to the FSL Wild Rift Open 3. I'm Gerard, EscapeArtist. I'm joined by Tania. We're here for the final day of this Open. So we're going to be seeing the semi-finals as well as the finals. I'm so excited.
I am too. Yesterday we saw so many things being brought out on patch 2.4. It is so refreshing to see. We had Seraphine and Nami on the same team, and we also had cases where Ziggs and Lucian, the two one of the two strongest champions on this patch, also being picked on the same team. And just teams just playing very different team compositions all around. We saw Galio Camille combos, we saw Fiora side lane pushing. I can't wait to see what we have installed for today.
Yeah, I can't wait either. Today we've got, for our first game, we've got Space Gamer Kelly, which we saw yesterday, as well as Lorem Ipsum. And hey, when we're talking about these unique picks, Space Gamer Kelly yesterday brought out the Singed in both of their games, and Guren really didn't know what to do against it.
Yeah, and it seems like the bans are in, and Lorem actually banned Sinch, Lulu, and Lucian, so they recognized that Sinch was a problem, right? We talked about
Mhm.
this yesterday. We were wondering, all right, Space Gamers bringing out the Sinch, what are teams going to respond with? And it looks like they're just saying, I'm done with this. Andy, you are not
Yeah,
allowed to pick Sinch anymore.
yeah, and the thing is that show of force yesterday, right? Really, it means that if you want to deal with the situation, since you don't know how to deal with it, you're forced to ban it out, and that leaves other things open. In this case here, because Space Kallyx are on the blue side. The bans for Laura was Sinch, Lulu, and Lucian, and that leaves Ziggs open for them. That leaves Camille or other power picks as well. So they really kind of force the opponents to choose, which cards do they want to take away, and by playing the Sinch, they just add another card into their deck. It's not fair.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not even playing a meta hero that
Mhm.
conventionally people say are strong or patch 2.4, but you're playing something really off field, like a Singe, and performing so well on it. I mean, really hats off to Andy. I saw in the chat yesterday, everyone was really praising her and asking her, teach me how to play Singed.
Mhm. Yeah, that's right, and really deserves that praise there. And you know, if it's even more praise when your opponent bans that as their first ban. Just take it away. That's it. But anyway, we're gonna be going into the draft right now. This is game one. I'm so excited to see what's happening. So the bans are gonna be coming out. So they've already banned in before the game. So that would be Galio, Brom, and Fiora again on the side of Space Gamer Kelly, and Singe, Lulu, and Lucian on the side of Lorem Ipsum.
Which signals to me that Kelly X, or rather Space Gamer Kelly, really likes to bet out this problem, and it tells me that they want to pick an enchanter support. So Nami is open, right? If they do want to pick that, it seems like they don't really favor the engaged support so far in the two games that we saw them in. And Laura, they do have Fiora. Oh well, Fiora is banned, so Space Giver recognized that okay, Laura also likes to 1-3-1. They're not giving them Fiora, but Camille is therefore open. They also can pick up things like
Yeah,
their jungler, but they are going to
yeah,
go for the Camille Seraphine combo. So something new coming up from Lauren this time around.
yeah, absolutely right. And now the question is, what is Space Gamer Kelly is going to do about it? They pick up what looks to be the Zaya as well as the Nami, as you mentioned. They ban out the Braum. It really signals that they're going to be playing more of these enchanters, especially Nami, which is so strong. They aren't actually going to pick it now, but because Braum can block the tidal wave and nothing else can really deal with it, if you ban Braum, it really kind of leaves the path open for just picking Nami up.
But it looks like they are just gonna maybe leave that for later because there's no reason to, right? They probably don't expect Laura to.
Oh,
Are they? Oh no! I was just about
well,
to say they don't expect Laura to do the Seraphine Nami combo, but
that's
here it is.
that's caster curse
Wow.
right there. You were like,
Uh,
I don't expect them to, and then they instantly locked it in. Like, well, anyway,
well, that does
they,
mean yeah that Zaya Rakan is
yeah,
just going for that lovers dragon blade combo
mhm.
and go round it off with Wukong in the jungle. I mean, a lot of power picks on the side of Space Gamer. Akali, Ziggs, Wukong. And Lorem Ipsum, they are relying on their wombo combo, the Seraphine Nami AoE ultimate. And you imagine if someone gets trapped in Camille's ultimate as well, and
Yeah.
Kaisa can also reposition with her ultimate. So a lot of action gonna be happening in these team fights. There's so many what you call it like Venn diagrams because you think about Zig's
Yeah.
bomb
Yes.
and then you think about Camille, and oh wow.
Yeah, that's very true. One other thing that Camille can do is really just lock down these priority targets. You know, Ziggs, Zaya, and Akali. Like you can't use the Zaya ultimate to float out of the Hextech ultimatum. Believe me, I've tried. So it really just allows you to just lock down these more elusive picks, or maybe even the Akali. You know, if you lock down the Akali, she can't really jump on your back line. Either it brings a lot of versatility to the table as well in this first game of the semifinals.
And that cinch pick in the last round that we saw Space Gamer bring out, it does mean that power picks like Akali are not being banned and not being denied either. So Andy right here gonna have a field day on this champion who is still extremely strong on patch 2.4. So much so that a lot of teams also are willing to blind pick her.
Yeah, that's right. Looks like in terms of lane assignments, things are quite alright. Nothing, no invasion shenanigans or anything happening at the moment. Although the Renekton is gonna head over to mid to just help Seraphine push out this first wave.
Gonna deny Fizz that initial push so that Seraphine probably should proc some plants or get some vision down. But yeah, looks like Camille's also starting at the red, same like Ukko, so it's gonna be a mirror across the map. They're gonna move in the same direction towards their blue buff. Camille gonna go path down.
Yeah, they're gonna be exchanging sides of the map most likely. But hey, just as I say that, Wukong is actually pathing down towards his Krugs instead, which signals that he might not go into the top side of the jungle, might actually look for something in the bottom lane because I believe we'll hit level 3 of those. And currently the bot lane right now on the side of Lord Ipsum is pushing in, so Wukong could come around and make a gank.
Ukko without his ultimate though, not the best ganker. Though they do have Rakan, but Rakan is level 2, so looks like just gonna sweep up some wards. I don't believe an engage will come in. But the Scuttle though, another we might see a blood buff here for the Scuttle Crab.
Yeah, it looks like Space Gamer are gonna actually concede the Scuttle Crab right there. A bit of, I would say, not the most optimal pathing from the side of Wukong, because now the top side jungle hasn't even been taken and might not even get this crab.
Exactly. Like we thought that he would go towards top, but right now in a very bad spot. And a reason for that is also because Lorem managed to push in the very first wave of the Ziggs.
Oh wow, that's Wukong very, very low there. Did not get the Skull Crab. The hookshot is going to land onto Andy, and Andy is forced to flash away. Laos is going to be chasing in with the sweep bomb. Auto attack would do the trick. No, but it's actually going to be the monkey who falls for first blood. Crocodile beats monkey out.
And Laura just played that so smart. It's really the tiny things that can snowball your lead. And the tiny thing that they did at level 1 was send the Renekton to mid to try and push out that first wave so that Ziggs is basically stuck at the tower. And from there, they got some trinket visions down. They knew what was happening, and I think it's also on the side of Space Gamer where we're not too sure why Wukong hovered towards the bot side, right? The point of Wukong jungle, you kind of just need to get that ultimate going. You need to hit your level 5, and then you want to start the gangs. And in order to do that, you have to secure Scuttle Crabs, which unfortunately, if you look at the minimap, it belongs to the red side.
Yeah, Wukong right now is pretty far behind. Does manage to pick up that ultimate, but at least I would say the tempo is with Camille, who's going to be making a recall as well. Wukong picked up an Executioner's Calling, but Camille picks up nearly an entire item upon first recall.
She is ahead in gold. No, well, slightly. Both of them are quite locked in, but experience-wise, definitely goes over to Camille. She hasn't cleared out this blue buff, so everyone's just resetting on the map, trying to see what they can get. It is, the semifinals, so
Mhm.
I think the teams are also feeling it. They're also a bit more tense, not really rushing into things. And you can see a lot of calculated moves going on here. I expect that vision will be a very big thing that both sides contest, especially since the first dragon is now up and it is Inferno. Wukong has ultimates, everyone has ultimates, everyone can contest this.
Scuttle Crab is gonna be the first little advantage that a team could get, and Wukong is gonna smite it away. It's gonna be an engage from Gambling as well. It's gonna be a 3-man charm into a 3-man knockup. Everyone from Lorem is forced to flash out of this one. Wukong gonna go in with the second Cyclone. The Seraphine ultimate did tag a couple up, but now Andy's in the backline gonna take out that Kaisa as well. Has the perfect execution to get out of it, and Lorem are gonna lose one member, and they're probably gonna lose this dragon as well.
Space Gamer stepped on it. They're the ones who recognize that they have the wombo combo and very decisive, jumping in onto the back line. They saw that Nami was a little bit more isolated across that wall there. And Wukong went in. It's good that they didn't overcommit either. They didn't overchase. They just managed to get one kill and the dragon.
Yeah, that's right. It's such a beautiful combo. They're already playing off the wombo. Then you can see that they've picked something that other teams that we have watched have really struggled to do, even though they pick good wombos. But clearly, Space Gamer here have the communication. They are definitely also, as you say, feeling it because it is the semi-finals, and they are doing a good job so far.
And Lorem just gonna exchange that. They know that Space Gamer had to reset after that dragon because they have no ultimates, probably low on mana as well. So they saw that opportunity to just take across map objectives, which is the Herald. And so far, it's still neck and neck, though Space gave a slight gold lead of about 2,000, 1,000 plus gold.
Yeah, do look at where the gold is though. That's the important part. You can see that Zaya has 1,000 gold lead up on the Kaisa, and that, oh, never mind, no time to talk about that. There's a gank in the top lane there. Lox is gonna go in with that Hextech Ultimatum. The Ziggs bomb, however, is not going to connect onto Rakan, and that means the Gambling Axe is gonna be just fine. And Lizard walking forward as well, putting those feathers down. Gonna tank up a huge Icathian rain though, and is forced to back away. Both teams really playing with fire in this engage.
Yeah, Rakan didn't seem to have engaged with that Wukong Wombo combo. You can see there on your screen Wukong's ultimate is still up. Wukong was also not in position to fight. So it still speaks about the Zaya Rakan combo where at this point in time Zaya only has an Essence River. She kind of needs to hit that two item power spike. And so if Rakan goes in like that, especially against a Nami and a Kaisa who will just kite back, it is very painful on those health bars.
Yeah, it certainly is. Right now, Zaya is still the one with a pretty decent lead of about 1,000 gold, and that allows her to have a complete item where Kaisa could not. So they've sent Andy to absorb the pressure in the top lane. There are 3 members of Lorem Ipsum hanging around. They might want to try to take this turret down.
And the Herald has been released. It looks like Space Gamer have to give this up. They're gonna try and thin out the wave as much as possible, but Andy is in a lot of trouble.
Oh, Andy is trying to get a kill. It's not about merely trying to clear out the wave. It's actually able to find a kill as well. And Nami maybe stepping onto that bomb, not the most ideal play, but a 1-for-1 and not even able to get that turret down thanks to Namhom. That's a pretty big win for Space Game, I would say. Oh, it's not
For
over
sure,
yet.
and on this side of the map.
Yeah, in the bottom lane there, Seraphine forced to use the barrier to dissuade any further engage from the side of Space Gamer. Is able to clear out the wave, and woof, Wukong! Wow! Very close to death there.
Everyone's trying to clear out the waves and save their outer turrets right here. I have to say for Laura, it's a little bit different of what we saw them play yesterday. They relied heavily on that Fiora to create cross-map pressure. Or in this case, they drafted a wombo combo team composition with the Seraphine and Navi, so maybe we'll see them not in their comfort zone. Maybe it is a new strat that they're trying out. But we're gonna have to see how they really execute this because so far, Space Gamer look better.
And that's right. Do remember that this is a BO3, so it's not the end of the world if you lose this game, although you get pretty close to the end of the world if you do. end up dropping this one. So there is some room for experimentation at the very least. And if Lorem have chosen to experiment now, then they just better have a strategy to win the next two games as well to keep themselves in contention for that finals and for the grand prize, of course, which is $250 as well as 5,000 wild cores, which are pretty sweet.
And you know what's sweet? The next dragon is alive, the ocean dragon, and both teams are posturing. Everyone's trying to get some vision down. We see one red ward on the map, so they do have vision of that choke point. But Space Gamer again in a better position to contest this dragon.
Yeah, that's right. The Renekton from Lorem Ipsum as well is continuing to push at top lane, so I don't really know if they want to contest this one. The tidal wave is actually going to tag up onto 4, but they decide instead to try to break open this mid turret to get the map a little more open, but Rakan is going to be going in, and that might be a little too far forward for Gambling X there. Andy is going to try to go in as well with the Akali ultimate there, but it's not enough damage, and Julie Bear is going to be able to pick that one up. The members of Lorem Ipsum are really low, however, as the re-engage and the cleanup crew has arrived. LZ is going to be able to sweep up 2 members, but while all this was happening, the Renekton is continuing to push down that top lane and managed to get 2 towers.
Yeah, it's very interesting that Lorem Ipsum drafts this kind of team comp and they still revert back to their comfortable playstyle of having their Baron laner laws. Well, no. Well, this time is Nox kids on that Renekton. And just like putting that pressure on the side of the map. And even though they have Nami and Seraphine, we saw Nami use her ultimate really early in the fight. Space Gamer were not even in position to jump on them, and Nami's ultimate came up just to buy time, I guess. They thought that they could get down the mid lane tower, but Space Gamer as well reached a bit too far with Rakan. So I feel like both teams are, they draft something different today, and they don't look as comfortable, but they are definitely trying to make their team composition work.
Yeah, certainly. I think that was a pretty big win for Lorem though, because they managed to open up a lot of space in the top side of the map, and now the only objective is in the top side of the map. That's the Baron, which is alive, and because Lorem have already taken down the entire both turrets at the top side, it allows their Rakan and their Xayah to just walk in and start placing down towards that top side jungle.
Which is why Space Gamer are eyeing that outer turret, and so far they have not been able to get it. Oh.
That bubble there, yeah, it does stop them from getting it for now. Although there's the fact that Camille is now shown in the bot lane means that Space Gamer know that they have a man advantage in the top side. Lorem know that as well, so they're forced to back away and give up this top outer turret to Space Gamer.
There's nothing on the bot side of the map to take since Dragon was already down, and Ziggs just has to stay here to wave clear, and looks like Space Gamer just gotta trade that tower. So I mean, in the end, I don't think it's really you can say which side is winning right now. Maybe Space Gamer has that long-term investment with the 2 dragons, but so far it seems pretty equal.
Yeah, that's right. It really is gonna come down to who is able to take the next fight, be it over the Baron or over the next dragon that spawns. I think that will really start to open up this game. Ziggs has just picked up a Rabadon's death cap, and so has Seraphine, so there's a lot of damage between the 2 of those AP carries.
And not to mention Xayah has that 2-item power spike with the Naboric Quick Blades as well as Essence Reaver, compared to Kai'Sa, who's still sitting on that Infinity Edge. Probably going for a Blade of the Ruin King. Yep, there we go. She just bought it. So quite on par really for both sides. It's just that she doesn't have a boots upgrade just yet.
Yeah, that's right, because there is a 2,000 gold deficit. The 2,000 gold that you see on the top of your screen there, it's mainly between Xayah and Kai'Sa. And honestly, that's the best person to have a gold lead on there, that Xayah, who can really take over a fight if the opportunity presents itself. So I think for now, Space Gamers still have this advantage, but we'll see because the dragon is coming up in 20 seconds.
I want to see whether Laura actually gets a position for this, or are they going to give it up, because they had discipline to give it up the last time, and this time around they will finally get the mid lane tower that they wanted 5 minutes ago.
And does go in though. That's a lot of damage. The perfect execution gonna land on to Kodomo, and Andy flashing forward is gonna pick up the kill on that support. Lorem and Ipsum are kind of spread out at this point, and they're gonna be able to find the damage back onto Andy, but they're gonna be forced to run from the hills as well.
They're not done yet.
Yep.
Trying to force this mid lane tower.
They're gonna move towards the dragon next. They know the health bars on Lorem and Ipsum are pretty low, but there is a Seraphine as well to help with the sustain, so maybe Lorem might want to contest this, but it's already too late. They look like they're not gonna be chasing anymore. Space Gamer are gonna pick up the third dragon for themselves.
Yeah, even though Andy had to drop there, I thought it was a good move for Space Gamer. If you can see in the course of the game, the fights that they actually win is where they single out Nami, right? They recognize that Kodomo is Nami a little bit out of position. Not that she's very out of position, but they are able to recognize, when she's just stepping out a little bit too far, and then Akali jumps on her, or Wukong jumps on her, and the moment they get that pick, it opens up so much for Space Gamer.
Yep, now the Baron is still alive, and Space Gamer are the ones with less map control at the moment because they still have yet to take down this mid lane tier 1 turret. The wave clear of Seraphine is helping Lorem a lot in terms of keeping it alive, although the members of Space Gamer look like they are starting to group around mid for another attempt.
Interestingly though, no teleport on the side of Andy.
It's gonna be Seraphine that gets caught out this time by a knockup. That's gonna be a very nice route and a very nice wave, but Seraphine already died, so that just leaves Space Gamer now with the opportunity to take the Baron or take this mid lane tier 1 turret.
The Space Gamer are so good. They laid out the vision. They know where the opponents are, and every time an enchanter, either Seraphine or Nami, steps up just a little bit too far, they just jump on them.
Oh, 1v1
There's
here,
no
ending
mercy.
the perfect execution onto Renekton. He instantly Pura bounce out because he knows that Wukong and Rakan are coming down as well. Nox is gonna jump back onto Andy, uses the slice, and he's gonna flash in for that Ruthless Predator that takes down that Andy in the solo kill, and now Nox is running for her life.
But Baron?
But goes down. Yeah, but the Baron though.
Wait,
oh, whoa.
Oh, Nami?
Kodomo taking a lot of damage. Oh no! That's disaster! They're not gonna get the Baron! Wait, Camille jumping back in?
Wait.
No!
Camille?
No! No! Oh!
What?
Oh my lord, Kaisa got the Baron there. But that was the sketchiest Baron take I've seen in a long time. And this comes from me yesterday where Barons was stolen so many times. But this was this wow, okay. I don't know. Wow.
You only make this kind of plays when it's like a Hail Mary play, right? When Lorem is like, alright, we don't have anything else. But yeah, I don't know why they went for that desperate Baron play. They saw that Space Gamer invested, right, a lot of members on the bot side of the map, which is why they thought they could do Baron, but health bars were not there. They didn't have the damage. And also Ziggs with that cross map ultimate can lower your health bars really fast. But nonetheless, Space Gamer, I felt that it was a little bit weird as well to commit so many on the bot side of the map. We saw them get that pick, we saw them open up the mid lane, we saw them push it in, so they had priority in mid, and they had wonderful position to just take that Baron. If Lorem stepped up to them, they could have turned it around, they could have chosen to fight, right? They had a lot of control there, but they gave it up by investing so many members on the bot side of the map. So you say sketchy, I would say both teams are making a little bit of questionable decisions here.
Well, the dragon is coming up in 10 seconds. Let's hope that neither team makes any questionable decision when it comes to this dragon, because it is the Elder Dragon. It's not just any dragon right now. Currently, Lorem have Baron on, I think, 2 or 3 people. I know Kaisa has it, and Seraphine as well. Yeah, 2 people have the Baron, so they're going to continue to push this mid lane, but it's actually Space Gamer who are the first ones to the party. They are clearing out vision. They have a Scuttle Crab as well for a little while more. Yeah, I'm just going to step forward and check that bush. But for now, Space Gamer have the control over the river.
The good thing for Space Gamer is that the Renekton does not have Baron, so they can technically commit 5 on this part of the map and just let him push in for a little bit while more. And they are starting it up, but not really committing fully just yet.
Yeah, if you look at the boot enchantments there, Renekton has changed his Proto Belt to the teleport. So now Noxkins can teleport down if she wants. And she can also continue to pressure this top lane. Meanwhile, Space Gamer don't have any teleports just yet. Although it looks like they've lost some positioning in the mid lane. Oh, Gambling going with the flash there onto Seraphine, who flashes away as well. That's gonna be a flash for flash, but I think it's worth for Space Gamer. Oh, Wukong getting engaged upon as well. I believe that's 2 flashes now blown from the side of Space Gamer Kallyx.
So recognizing the flashes are down, I mean for Wukong and Rakan, it kind of dampens their engagement a little bit. But for Seraphine, I mean having that flash down means that in the next few minutes, Space Gamer can technically jump on her and produce a 4v5 situation. And you were speaking about teleports, which is something that I wanted to highlight since the mid game. It's quite curious that none on the side of Space Gamer have teleports. So they really want to group up as 5, and they need Andy right here, right? It says that they need Andy to win these team fights.
Oh, tidal wave, that's the combo, that's a 3-man charm right there from the Seraphine, and that's gonna already take them very low. But Xayah actually is the one who's continuing to pound away. Kai'Sa is trying, but here finally comes Andy. I was very late to the party there, but hey, being very fashionably late means that you also get to clean up, and somehow Lorem picked up the dragon and all that, but Andy came in and cleaned up at the last moment, so it's a 4 for 4.
Yeah, I think Andy was clearing out the top lane wave, which is why she's late to the party, but that's kind of also why you need teleport, so I'm not sure what's going on. Not having this teleport enchantment means that she's forced to group up with the team, but at the same time also watch out for that side lane pressure, which is creates a very awkward situation. Nonetheless, I think Space Gamer are trying to make the best out of it, and Andy with those kills 6, 4, and 3 right now, and
Yeah,
3 items
and
already completed.
yeah, Andy really keeping her team there in that fight, you know, coming in and getting that triple kill at the last second, really stopping Lorem from using the tempo of that dragon to continue to push more lanes, and really just allowing Space Gamer more time to continue to gain items. And currently, in terms of gold, Space Gamer are still ahead of Lorem by about 3,000 gold, mostly on the Akali and the Xayah as well, which is a welcome sign to be sure.
Yeah, now that the dragons are done and dusted, it does mean that this next Baron could be really crucial for either team, because none of them have been able to manage to break the base turrets. And on both sides, right, there's still that last layer of outer turrets standing, which we see here Andy trying to work her way through, but Camille is right there.
Yeah, it's interesting that they send the Camille though, because that means that now there's a chance for Space Gamer to start up the Baron, which we see them doing right now, because Andy is going to keep this Camille in that lane there. She used the perfect execution as well. Might just take out the Camille. Andy, not enough damage, barely, but oh, Wukong flashing in as well. It's going to be a tidal wave hitting on all 4 to try to disengage. Rakan is very far forward though, and Xayah is nowhere nearby at all. Renekton is going to flash straight on, and Noxkins is going to be able to take out Ellison for sure. Goes golden, but can they find a damage on Namhom as well? This is going to be the 80 carry versus the mid laner there. The Grump as well, helping out the Grump, landing the last hit there. That is a very unfortunate right there. Lorem trying their best. Actually, Space Gamer were the ones who lost 3 members. Could have been better for Lorem, but Namhom there with the Grump. I guess Grump is part of family too, you know.
Oh, took that bomb to the face together with the crop. Yeah, I really can't help but wonder for both teams right now with these team compositions. They are trying to make it work, but they like Andy without teleport, and the reason why she jumped onto Camille was because she noticed Camille has teleport, but finally changing out that enchantment right there, has teleport, has that ability to join her team, but not in the last fight though, which is why it was a bit dicey. And Space Gamer are having a hard time really jumping onto the backline of Lorem. When we saw Rakan and Wukong trying to go in, the tidal wave as well as Seraphine's ultimate kind of kept the Zaya and Ziggs at the back. And they could
Yes.
not move for that few seconds, which separated them from the team, and they could not follow up with any damage. But they made it work at the end, trading 3 for 2. It's not so bad, and Baron is still on the table.
Yeah, that really these long range ultimates from the Nami and Seraphine are are really disrupting Space Gamer's ability and to jump on the back line, and especially without Andy it becomes even harder. And speaking of Andy right here, is caught in a 1v2 situation. Andy unfortunately is going to go down. That leaves the man advantage up to Lorem, but Space Gamer have started up the Baron. It's about 7,000 right now. Renekton is going to need to do a lot of walking. That Seraphine ultimate is only going to connect onto Wukong, but the tidal wave is going to connect onto all four. Baron is going to go down to Space Gamer, and the fight has begun. And where did that Kai'Sa go? Just gets absolutely deleted. Seraphine and Kai'Sa, that leaves Lorem without any damage as well. Renekton is going to get cut down by the Zaya with the Feather Storm, as well as the Guardian Angel going to try to chase down this Nami. Space Gamer coming up absolutely huge in that fight.
I think it was really good of them. They positioned. You can see how they positioned around Baron, right? They did not stand all in the pit. If they did, they would have been hit by that Seraphine ultimate. But in the end, it was only Wukong who was hit.
Yeah.
So
Now,
with that, I think
right to defend, I think I don't know, right now really all is on the line, but Space Gamer Kallyx have the Zaya to hit that Nexus there, cut it down, and take the first game in this series. And boy, that was neck and neck up to the very end.
absolutely. And congratulations to Space Gamer for going 1-up. It was, not to say a very awkward game, but so much back and forth. Both teams trying to suss out each other. And the MVP here in the end, it is Elizant on that Zaya. You can see how Zaya ramped up throughout the game, right?
Mhm.
You know, didn't have that much of an impact at first. It really was the Andy show. A lot of pressure was on her. But Eliza on this Zaya in these team fights finally found the one that mattered.
That's right. Well, look at that damage spread, by the way. On the side of Space Gamer Kelly, they have 3 members who did nearly the same amount of damage there. Namhom with 33,000, Andy with 30,000, and Listen with 26,000. Very good damage spread, I would say.
And it really was on the side of Lorem on how they were going to execute the Nami and Seraphine combo. But in the very last fight, Seraphine only hit one person.
Mhm.
And Nami followed up, but you kind of need these two AoEs to go together in order and hit the right targets, right? You don't
Yeah.
just need to hit it on a Wukong or the Rakan, you need to hit it on the backline and separate them from the rest of the team. But Space Gamer also adapted. The way they stood around Barrett, I thought was very smart. They only put Wukong in the pit. The rest of them were kind of like standing on the outside, try and because they are aware that Seraphine had ultimate. So it's just this small micro plays that in the end won them the game.
Yeah, don't forget also that Seraphine is a AP Seraphine, so that means that she not only needs to land her ultimate for the crowd control, but for the damage as well, which was really lacking in that previous fight. Also, with that ultimate, she stepped a little too far forward, I would say, and then just got blown up, and she stood together with Kai'Sa as well, so Rakan was able to go in and find that last engage there. Very good stuff, amazing stuff there from Space Gamer in that last fight. They are now 1 game up. It's going to be match point for Lorem. It's really down to them to try to find their way to claw back a game in this series. We're going to be going for a short break now, but when we come back, it's going to be game 2. Watch to find out who gets into the finals of FSL Wild Rift Open 3. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, welcome back to the FSL Wild Rift Open 3, sponsored by Intel and supported by Yahoo. I'm Gerard, EscapeArtist. This is Tania, and we're here for game 2 of this BO3 series between Space Gamer Kelly and Lorem Ipsum. In the previous
And
round...
it is a
Oh, okay. Yes, Tania.
yes, in the previous round. Well, it is a Thailand versus Thailand showdown. And in the previous round, we saw both of these teams bring out something different. Of course, Space Gamer was very much characterized by that singed in the Baron lane yesterday. And today, with Singe banned, I think the next question is for game 2, will Lorem keep banning the Singe against Space Gamer? And I think the answer should be yes.
Well, Tanya, I can confirm that the answer is yes, because the bans have come in and Lorem have chosen to ban out the Singed again. Basically, the bans are the same. So, Space Gamer banned out Galio, Brom, and Fiora. Lorem banned out Singed and Lucian. The only change is that Lorem have opted to ban out the Wukong, and they have left the Lulu open now.
And with Brom also still being taken away by KLX, I expect them to maybe pick up that Enchanter support. They did try out having an engaged support in the last round, and it did work out in the end. But both of these teams, as they try something new, look that much more shaky. You can tell like it's not really up their sleeves, and they're not entirely comfortable. But with those bans, it does mean that Ziggs once again is on the table. I guess
Yeah.
Lorem is just they don't have a choice, right? Like you either ban Ziggs or one of those monsters up there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it does mean Lulu is open, and I think Space Gamer are quite comfortable to pick it.
Yeah, again, Lorem picking up that Nami once more. I mean, now is really not the time to. I would say definitely you must pick something that you're comfortable with, because it is match point right now for Lorem. If they lose this, then their journey in FSL Wild Rift Open 3 ends here. But if they can
They
win this, then they will bring it to game 3. Currently, right
and
now,
they
oh yes, Tanya, sorry.
yeah, they can flex Corki. So they can flex Corki in mid or bot, and Akali as well, but usually you want to see Akali in the Baron lane. But with Space Gamer, with this team composition, it does mean they need some form of engage, because if you have your Enchanter support, you have Kaisa and Ziggs, they're all going to be holding back. And Kennen was very much empowered by that 2.3 C phase rush rune coming in that was introduced to Wild Rift. And it looks like, yeah, They recognized that they did need some form of engage, and Vi, we saw her being played yesterday, is one of those very good champions that can go in onto the back line of Lorem Ipsum. I think Nami is going to be another prime target for these two champions.
Yeah, oh, if you looked at the bottom, that loss was just teasing us there, hovering the Akshan, although it probably was not gonna happen. Does go for the Ari to round up the team compositions here. Space Gamer with 3 Yordles. They've got the Ziggs, the Lulu, and the Cannon. Quite heavy on the magic damage side, I would say, on the side of Space Gamer. Of course, Lorem as well. In fact, with no real physical damage, because Corky does mostly magic damage either as well. So that is pretty good for the tanks there, Vi and Jarvan, to itemize against this magic damage specifically. But composition wise, I think both teams looking pretty good in the draft.
For sure. And both teams' compositions right here, they kind of want to do the same thing, right? Because they're good in the sense that you both have an engage. On the side of Lorem, you have Jarvan going in. You can also kind of send a Kali in to create some space for her team. And on the side of Space Gamer, of course, it's going to be that Cannon Vi combo. Cannon with the massive AoE. If you imagine, if Cannon manages to stun more than one target, then that Ziggs Bomb is definitely going to hit them. It is a very nice layering of CC that you kind of want to see. But for both these teams, it's going to be playing front to back. They have their front line, they have their back line, and it really comes down to execution.
That's right, it'll definitely come down to execution to dictate who will go through on this semi-final, because again, keep reminding you again, but it is match point. And that means that, again, Lorem have really not much room for mistakes in this game if they want to keep their hopes alive in this tournament. Both junglers are starting at their red buff, and let's see how the pathing goes this time. For Space Gamer, they did have that kind of awkward, like, go to Krugs after the Raptor cap, but it looks like it's not happening this time. They're going to be sending their Vi to the top side.
And some vision going down. Mid laners very busy with that, trying to clear out the waves, trying to clear out the vision. It's really important because once a side manages to see where the opponent jungler is, they can make decisions from there. And so Vi got a path towards the top side, looking to secure that top side scuttle, while Jarvan on the bot side likely also gonna get his piece of the river. I just want to point out that Cannon in the end opted for that Conqueror, so long trades is what she's going for in this lane. Against a Kali, I guess it makes a lot more sense. Of course, in team fights, do not really have that speed boost, but hey, that's what Lulu is for.
Exactly, that's what Lulu is for. We saw how Space Gamer played the Lulu yesterday to help speed up their Olaf, and their Cinch today, they can speed up their Cannon, just send him straight in, with a giant slicing maelstrom straight into the middle of Lorem, and able to do a lot of damage and disruption as well. You can see now that Andy is starting to place some deeper wards right now, accompanying her jungler into Lorem's top side. Of course, Vi does get her level 5 off that. Jarvan is going to go in with the flag and drag, though, forcing the flash and the Fog Breaker from the Vi to get out of this alive.
Is it worth it though? You trade that for a flash. It means that Vi doesn't have that flash for her engage anymore, whereas Jarvan still does. But Space Gamer using that top lane priority from Cannon just to put out a deep ward and still a camp. So far, so good.
Oh, that's gonna be the ultimate there by Slicing Maelstrom, saying, hey, am I trapped in here with you, or are you trapped in here with me?
In the end, it's a 2v1, so flash for flash. Oh wait, actually no flashes used on the side of Lorem, just a simple flag and drag into the ultimate. So yeah, 2 flashes down on the side of Space Gamer. Both Andy as well as her jungler do not have that flash, which again dampens their engage. And
Vi's coming in though. Looks like there might not be any dampeners on this one. Corky was forced to Valkyrie out though, and a very nice tidal wave really stopped Space Gamer in their tracks. Ari and Ziggs are coming down as well. Might see a re-engage at Minaka, and the charm is going to connect onto Lulu. Actually, Kai'Sa used the killer instincts to go back in, but that bubble and the Lulu ultimate as well, a hugify, keeping her alive. The support is really coming in clutch in this bot lane engage.
Yeah, she thought that she could get a pick maybe or trade 1 for 1, but in the end, Eliza's Kai'Sa with those items not really gonna do much. They could have just decided to back off and say, you know, we'll call it a day. We're gonna waste Ari's time coming down at bot lane. But in the end, again, both teams play very conservatively.
That's right. The nerves are definitely high in this series right now. The stakes are very high, in fact, because again, it's match point. We keep reminding you, but that's because of how important this game is right now for both these teams. For Space Gamer, they have been third place twice in the previous 2 Warwick Open, so I'm sure they want to make an improvement on that placing. And for Lorem, this is a first time for them being this high up, and I'm sure they want to make it as high as possible. Dragon is dropping to about 2,000 right now. Keep your eyes on the Jarvan who has the flag, the drag, but not the smite. It's going to be Vi taking it out, and she's going to sacrifice her own life for that dragon. The redemption coming out is going to be first blood for the Corki in exchange for the dragon.
Corki is doing so much burst damage right here, even though first item not there yet. But compared to Kai'Sa, you know, the difference is in the two champions. Corki with that AoE is doing so much, but Kai'Sa really needs that 2 item power spike to start ramping up. Very similar to what we saw in Xayah the last game, where in the early game, you know, they are doing their best, but in the late game, that's where they really shine.
Ooh, Jarvan going in once again. The Vault Breaker is blocked out though, but here comes that Cannon Andy with the slicing Maelstrom engage. Jarvan is able to survive, however, and the Cathian Rain will take him out. Now Kodomo taking a whole bunch of chunk damage as well. Minaka being zoned out by those mines, and those bombs are landing. The Rift Herald is gonna get taken by Space Gamer, but their health bars are just so low, and Corki right there with the AoE as well as the Ari. Minaka doing a lot of work there for a team. Chunking Space Gamer out. Can they fight anymore? The perfect execution in as well, but the shield from the Vi is able to keep her alive. Andy, however, is kind of stuck under this tower right now. May not be the best place. Tries to go in for the kill onto the Corki, the barrier, and actually able to get that tidal wave coming out, but Minaka able to find the return kill.
And you know, watching Andy, you think that she's being surrounded, but she always goes in for these 1-for-1s, and she always gets it.
Yeah.
And really, that's the best that you can do, right? As a Baron later, where you're stuck up there and you have so many people surrounding you, so much pressure. The best case scenario is just to trade 1-for-1.
Yeah, Andy really knowing how to get those trades in those situations and make things a little more worth for a team. The Rift Herald is coming down, and okay, knocks him on the Akali there in the Shroud. That is not going to be enough, however, to stop Space Gamer from taking the first turret of the game. Jarvan going in with the EQ and a decisive cataclysm once again from Laos. Corki is going to be able to pick up the first kill onto Lulu, but Ellison dropping really low as well, taken out by Nami. It's now a 2-for-2, but Vi with the Vault Breaker and those dancing blows and the Assault Battery as well onto the Nami right there. Space Gamer are not going to let Lorem get away with free kills. They're going to find 2 back for themselves.
A Corki with the Essence Reaver, that's why she's hurting so much on this champion. Kai'Sa still struggling to find that first item. Opted for the Executioner's Calling very early because of course it's facing up against Nami. And so many trades going across the board. Sometimes you want to think that, oh, with Space Gamer getting that Herald, you would think that they have tempo control, but in the end, Laura respond with Jarvan and everyone's just trying to get something more out of each other.
Yeah, this game is an absolute bloodbath right now. 5-5 is the scoreline, but previously it was definitely close, but the kills were a lot less on both sides. Space Gamer have about a 2,000 gold lead right now, and a lot of it is actually right now on this Kai'Sa, about 700 of it, and also about 500 in the jungle, so that's really where the gold lead is at the moment for Space Gamer.
And going up against so much CC, the reason why she also doesn't have her first item just yet is because she completed boots, so that early milk threads for her, as well as Vi, So Murktrex, everyone's recognizing it is really important because you have the chain CC from Ari, Javan, Nami as well. Good buy right there, but does sacrifice some damage for it, which is why Corki managed to pop off that much earlier.
That's right, Cloud Dragon has spawned, and Jarvan, I believe, went for the Cataclysm. They're gambling, forced to flash away, but Ari and Jarvan used their ultimate, so it will be unavailable for any potential re-engage. Minaka then trying to zone Allison out. Lorem, Ipsum are going to be starting up this Dragon. Space Gamer do not have their cannon right now, but Vi is hanging around on the edges of this one. Cannon is starting to walk down. Minaka there taking a lot of damage from Allison off to the side. Actually going to use the kill instinct and goes in there, picks up that 1v1 kill. Now it's between the Corki and Allison. Allison putting out so much damage in the backline. The Dragon was stolen as well by Space Gamer, and Vi going in with the Vault Breaker. It's an absolute whitewash right here. Space Gamer are going to be taking out 3 members as well as the Dragon. Andy chasing forward with that lightning rush there. One more Shuriken does not land, but Space Gamer still find 3 kills for themselves.
That was a beautiful killer instinct. Eliza recognizing that she had an opening right there. And it was practically a 1v3, but because of the way that Lorem was spaced out,
so re-engage a flash being forced from Eliza, but yeah, looks like Kallyx are alright. They're gonna take out an inhibitor turret as well. Huge gains for them.
beautiful micro there. Doesn't even have a first item, but enough of those components, right? To be able to do that and see that opening. Wow. Really master AD carry right here. And not to mention, I mean, Space Gamer, they really want to break the 3rd place curse. And they have leveled up quite a lot from the last time that we saw them. They seem to be a lot sharper now. Not just in terms of micro, but also the way that they play out these team fights. You know, they're very... You can see that the plan is very clear and they're communicating with each other what abilities have been used. Because in that dragon fight, obviously they knew that, hey, Lorem, 2 major ultimates have been burned. And that's where they saw that, yeah, Kai'Sa can pretty much go in.
Yeah, that's right. Kai'Sa was able to go in and finish off Ari because they knew that Spirit Rush was not available for themselves. Space Gamer are going to not give their opponents time to breathe. They're going to continue down this lane, and Andy going in with the Portal Bell as well as the Slicing Maelstrom. They're already deleting the Ari before the fight really begins. Andy's going to tank up that turret and going to walk away with a sliver of health. Oh, maybe a bit too far forward there for the Vi. It's going to be a 2-for-1 exchange.
A Corki already has that 2 item. Essence Reaver as well as Solari Charge Blade. So in a very, very good spot. You know, you can't count out Lorem Ipsum. You can't count out this Corki because it clears waves and does tons of AoE damage.
Ooh. Well, both AD carries right now looking like they do a lot of damage. Kai'Sa going to make a back, I'm sure, for even more gold right now. Probably gonna finish up that 2nd item as well to bring her level with Corki. But Space Gamer having huge leads, and if you see right there, Andy with about 1,000 gold also above her opposing laner, nearly has a Rabadon to her name as well. In fact, has the Rabadon right there. Just got it.
Proto Belt, the enchantment is being bought, so no teleports on the side of both teams. Even though Baron is alive right here, so I guess everyone just has to converge for it. And they are doing that. They're trying to lay down some vision.
Oh dear.
Oh, Ari
Yeah.
had to burn Spirit Rush.
Yeah, that's very conservative there. Not even daring to stay at all, and that signals to Space Gamer that they can start this Baron up. Kai'Sa again, she does land the Prey Seeker. She could go in with the Killer Instincts onto the Ari. The Baron, however, is about 3,000 health, and Jarvan is starting to make her way around. There's going to be Cannon's ultimate as well, trying to disrupt in the backline. Jarvan is in the pit alone. That might be a bit of trouble as well. Andy taking a lot of damage too. The Akali has gone into the fight. Jarvan does go down. Baron is 500, however. Who is going to get it? That is the question. It's going to be Vi, who flashes straight back in, smites that one out, but Noskin's now doing her Andy impression, cleaning up the rest of the team. Andy with a blinking health bar there. Ellison trying to go forward. The Shuriken will land. Will Noskin go in for this one? It's going to be able to find damage. No! That's going to be the Zodiacs from Ellison there on a rampage, able to find the Ace and the Baron for Space Gamer, and they have minions in the bottom lane because of that push from early on. They might be able to end this game right here. They're gonna be barreling
It's
down onto
over.
the Nexus. Yeah, Andy going forward. They're bringing those minions in with the Baron, and in dominating fashion, their Space Gamer Kallyx pick up the 2-0 and move on to the grand finals. They break their third place curse. They're gonna be in the finals of Wild Rift Open 3.
Congratulations to Space Gamer Kelly. Wow, what these two games ended just because of a Baron fight. Can you believe that? Like in a blink
Yeah,
of an eye, it was over.
exactly. Wow, that was impeccable play there. Really just with that push from the inhibitor that really allowed them to set up the Baron play and just end the game after that one. Wow.
And credit has to go to Andy on this cannon. If you saw, Space Gamer started the Baron, and Andy was actually zoning out almost the entire enemy team with that ultimate. Forced Nami to use her tidal wave, forced them to scatter, and that bought space as well as time. And not to mention, it was Tomairo on this fight who had to flash back in just to spite the Baron.
Yeah.
Just so many heroic plays on the side of KLX. Really well played. Of course, Eliza looked like she was a master on this Kaisa. The micro and the decision making with Killer Instinct was absolutely perfect.
Absolutely. It was true killer instincts right there
Yes,
from
true
Eliza,
killings.
really we really having the instinct to know when to go in. You see so many Kaisas, whether in your solo queue or even sometimes in pro play, where they just killer instinct and they go straight into the middle of the enemy team and then they just get instantly popped. But knowing the
Yes.
cooldowns, Eliza was able to go in and pick up those critical kills that really started the snowball for her team.
Yeah, there's a valiant effort also from Lorem Ipsum. We saw them yesterday. You rely a lot on the Fiora, so we were wondering what will they bring out today, and they definitely did try to change things up with the Nami, with Seraphine,
Mhm.
as well as this team composition, which looks good. Right, on paper, it's just that came down to finding those really small openings to catch out your opponents. As you mentioned, sometimes we see like Ari using Spirit Rush, or we see Javan blowing the ultimate, and it wasn't as tightly coordinated as they could have. And maybe it's just not entirely their playstyle because, as we saw even in game one on Renekton, they very, very much prefer the 1-3-1. But when you want to do that 1-3-1 or you want to send someone to the side lane, you need to be to for your four members to really put it together and not, throw out ultimates or use them despairingly.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. Well, congratulations to Space Gamer. They're going to be moving forward to the finals right now. I'm so excited to see what is going to happen then. For now, we're going to be going for a break, but when we come back, it will be the grand finals of Wild Rift Open 3. Stay tuned. It's definitely going to be a banger, and you guys do not want to miss it. A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the grand finals of the Wild Rift Open 3. I am Gerard, EscapeArtist. I'm joined by Tania and me, and we are super excited to get down to it because this is, as Tania was saying just now, an anime arc, the ultimate anime arc, because our two teams are Next Play Tempest and Space Gamer Kelly. And Next Play Tempest, they won the very first Wild Rift Open, and then the second one, they were taken out of the competition by none other than Space Gamer Kelly. So now they are meeting in the grand finals. This is gonna be the clash of the titans. It's gonna be super exciting. Wow, I I'm very hyped for this, and we are
Me
already in the fifth
too.
event.
I
Wow.
mean, it's gonna be revenge, right? I mean, for next play, they really won the title here after being kicked out by Space Gamer in the last time round, and Space Gamer does not. They already broke their third place curse, and now they are guaranteed first or second, and of course they're gonna vie for first. And the bans have already come out. Next play does not want Andy on that singed. But a little bit different because Brom and Galio are not banned, which were banned before against Space Gamer by Lorem. So immediately they pick it up for themselves.
And that's right. They see that Brom and they take it. But next play are gonna most likely take away this Galio as well as the Vi. So they have this engage combo right here they can use to go in on Space Gamer Kelly.
And of course, the next play bot lane is going to be really important here because they are the challenger bot lane. Next play loves to play around the dragon laners. And Space Gamer, something different, right? Because they're no longer on an enchanted support. It's Brom, and now they also picked up Irelia for that solo lane. Such a beast on patch 2.4. And with Brom, the Brom Jarvan combo can be quite deadly as well. And that's it for next play. She's gonna have that enchanter support for Corki and rely on Galio as well as Vi for the engage. And not to mention, they also have Fiora who dropped all the way down in these bans. So if they want side lane pressure, they could also get it.
Yeah, that's right. Hellgirl on Fiora did bring Next Play Tempest to many wins as well. Before this, I mean, not only do they have Chabi and Gia in the bot lane, but Hellgirl, who absorbs a lot of pressure and is still able to hold her own and split push in the side lane, also helps to round up the Next Play composition. And on her signature Fiora pick, I think this is going to be a very exciting game to look forward to.
And also on broadcast, it will be the first time that we see Andy on this Irelia. I mean, Andy, such a versatile player, from Singe to Cannon to Akali, and showing off her mechanics, but at the same time also her game sense, like the understanding of how to play out all these champions in relation to her team. And now we have Irelia, where Irelia Fiora is gonna be a skill matchup right there in the Baron lane. And as the game moves forward, it's gonna be a question of who puts on more pressure at the side.
That's right, we are here for game 1 of the grand finals, which is a best of 5 by the way, so be prepared for 5 exciting games. It's Next Play Tempest going up against Space Gamer Kallyx, and already we see an invade right here from Space Gamer. They are sending 4 members in to place down a ward in the bot side.
But as a result, they are giving up mid lane pressure, so Diana has to be contented just to let the wave hit her here in the tower, while Galio also gets a chance to set down some vision or prop the plant. But looks like that ward didn't really do much except inform them of whether Vi is doing the Crux or not. But looking at where the jungler started out, if Jarvan ends up going to do that blue buff, it will give Next Play Tempest that informational advantage. Meanwhile, Vi is also moving towards her blue, and I think he will be pathing down here, and he realizes, do they spot him? Maybe the ward is a little bit too far.
I think it might maybe he started with the blue. Has it already, so has already most likely been spotted out by that ward.
Yeah.
And there we go. 100% spotted out. We can see the instant danger ping as well.
Yeah, it's a great trinket ward because Jarvan here with the gank.
Yeah, Chabi going forward onto Ellison. Valkyrie out, but does get stunned up by the Brom. I believe still has a flash and doesn't even need to use it. Tomaru making the early ganks here on the Jarvan pick.
I'm so sorry, Charmy. It's like, we think that they'll back off. Chavi's like, nope, she wants to trade, right? She wants to go in for that burst damage on Corky. And Jarvan is back.
Oh, round 2. Yeah, a little late though on the flag and dragon. Wasting a lot of time in the bottom lane here allows Vi to steal away the red buff as well as the top side Scuttle Crab there with 0 repercussions.
This is gonna cost Jarvan so much though. You camp at bot lane, twice you try and gank and you get nothing out of it, but Jarvan is going back, guys.
Round 3. Third time is the charm, ladies and gentlemen, and no! Oh, Chabi with the Valkyrie there finally forced the flash there. Tomaru using the flash to force Chabi to use her own. I think that's a success, I guess. I mean, able to get the Krugs as well, but now Vi with free reign over the top side jungle basically took everything away from the Jarvan already.
Yeah, but Jarvan is gonna be lacking in experience right here. I guess for Space Gamer, they recognize that Chavi is the carry, and they want to focus her down, and they finally got the flash. I guess that was the objective all along. But whether it pays off, we have to expect that Jarvan will be this bot lane because they knowingly gave up the top side of the map.
Yep, and Andy is having a horrible time right here. Just hit level 5, and Helgol already hit level 6. Jarvan coming in with the Cataclysm, but Andy's a little far behind. Angel is gonna be able to Vault Breaker, no, has to use the flash to get away from the stun there.
Oh, these bubbles by Gia. You mentioned that we saw her a lot on Janna the last time around, and looks like Enchanters, of course, are still up her alley. She's looking pretty good on this Nami. It's really about the bubbles and those clutch bubbles that are saving her AD carry and giving Chabi the chance to escape without burning flash.
Yeah, absolutely right. And Chabi just the synergy of this bot lane duo that Chabi's like, okay, I'm going in, even though it's a 3v2, I have enough faith in my support that I will be going in and trying to trade back instead of just trying to run away. It really shows the confidence that these two have in each other right here. Being a bot lane duo for so long right now, it really helps them out in that department.
Yeah. And the camp continues, Gerard.
Yeah.
The camping of the opposing junglers, Gerard on the bot side, next play on the top side. But it does mean that they can trade up these objectives.
Yep, Chabi will spot this out right now. It could be a 4v3 if they want to go in, but I don't know if they really do want this smite is going to be coming out. And who are you going in on that Galio, that package for Chabi, putting out a lot of damage, but she's been split up from Gia. Has the Galio at the very least with a hero's entrance or exit, depending how you want to see it, because Galio is so low, and finally Helgirl has made her way down. Namhome on that Diana right there is pretty low, but Gia is not going to be able to finish off the kill. Bubble coming out as well as some additional poke, but Tomaru flashing back in with the Cataclysm there, giving up the first blood. Hellgirl picks that one up there. Namhome very low as well, overstaying, and Hellgirl just gonna lunge forward. Gia gonna pick up a second kill for herself. The Rift Herald was used in the mid lane as well. And next play, Tempest, they pick up the first turret and some kills in the bot lane as well.
You would say that pulling off such a move, getting the Rift Herald at top, Vi was nowhere at bot, and still, this challenger bot lane as well as Galio decided to go in. It's a miracle that Galio didn't fall, where the HP bar was so low. And somehow, someway, Chabi always has an exit plan. Like whether it is a Nami bubble or a Nami ultimate, or in this case, Galio, even though super low on health, had the ultimate to go in to save Chabi.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is the Chabi show, and next play are setting up for her so well.
Absolutely beautiful stuff happening right here. It's about 5,000 gold lead for next play. Currently, Chabi is the benefactor of an 800 gold lead over her counterpart, and look at that there, the confidence once again, just walking forward into the face of 4 people, Tania. Just solely with Gia there. Gia even gonna use the tidal wave. They might catch out Alizon, who takes a huge chunk there from that Winds of War from the Galio. Nearly taken out, and next play are just gonna continue to push that pressure in. They're now in the jungle of Space Gamer.
And she has Essence Riven right there completed on Corky, and the trust between Chabi and Gia is really obvious. I think when you look at all the bot lanes and across all the teams that we've seen, the way that they lay their spells, the way they combo, or the way they save each other and they space out.
Whoa. Chubby. Oh dear, Chubby might just get saved by her entire team this time. It's not just the trust, but Namhom finally going in and managing to seal that kill. Who are you? Trying to save Gia right now, but Gia is going to fall to Namhom as well, who landed an excellent Diana ultimate, getting a double kill so far. The health bars are pretty low, but Namhom is still doing the damage. Andy does not land the Irelia ultimate, but the health bars are on the side of Space Gamer and not on the side of next play. Namhom going to go in once again with that Luna Rush. Hellgirl and Andy as well with a 1v1 right here. Is there any order in this? Andy going on the Hellgirl, the Blade Surge, and it's going to be Namhom who comes in picking up the 4th kill. They're not going to allow the 1v1 to happen. And Space Gamer, just when you started to think the next play had a lead, Chubby went a little too far forward and got caught out on the flank. And it's not even over because Chubby's going on Ellison once again, and the tidal wave is gonna take her life there. What an explosive game.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit uncharacteristic. Just as I was praising Chubby, she moved way too far deep into enemy territory on the top side of the map. And you know, we've seen Space Gamer on so many games so far, and they are so good at finding these opportunities. The moment they spot out and they recognize that certain members of next play are in this position or in that position, they see the chance to jump on the AD carry and they do so.
And that's right. Tomairu going with the flag and drag there, but really just to clear out the wave and continue to fight against the pressure that's coming out from next play there. As you can see, Chubby just picked up the Zonia's enchantment to buy time for the rest of the team, especially the Galio and the Nami to come and support her out on that one.
It is still a 5,000k gold lead towards next play. They maybe lost a little bit of tempo on the top side and gave Space Gamer a chance to come back, but realistically, Chubby is still very much ahead.
Yeah, that's right. And this Galio here, who are you on this pick? Doing a lot of zoning there, making sure that Tomairu has zero chance of going in and stealing that dragon away.
In Space Gamer, they are still gonna have to find these opportunities. It's quite hard for them to engage at this point in time. When you talk about Jarvan going in, or even Braum following up, or Diana, they're gonna get melted so fast by Chubby on this Corki. So for now, they should be happy to just farm up for their items a little bit more. And the moment that next play makes a mistake or they position in a way that Space Gamer can capitalize on it, you can count on Space Gamer going in for that.
Absolutely. Keep your eyes on Namhom and Tomairu to be the execution to start anything for Space Gamer in that fight where Namhom got 4 kills. She had a very nice flank. She was able to not only catch out Chubby but the rest of the team as well. Next, Space Gamer are grouping up in the top side though. They're gonna try to chip down this turret. But who are you going with? A 2-man taunt? They're catching up the Kaisa as well, who is still alive. Jarvan, Namhom in the backlines trying to deal with Chubby, but she is the only one, and now is forced to retreat away as well. Angel gonna keep the chase up, gambling, using the Glacial Fissure there to dissuade any further advancements from next play, but they are the ones who gain control over the river.
Space Gamer did not lose anybody, but health bars were low, and I think a lot of summoner spells were expended just for that. They didn't really gain much from it. They were really trying to force the top lane tower, but if you look at the river, it is all warded by next play. And really, Space Gamer are being starved out right here. It's going to be on next play to try and end the game sooner than later.
Absolutely. Chubby has 2 items already, actually.
Yeah, so just about to point out the Solari Charge Blade and Essence Reaver, and ooh!
Oh, Andy trying to go in here, trying to find that 1-for-1 exchange, but you do not do that when there are 4 people. Oh, actually landing the sun, Galio, okay. Looks like somehow Andy made it out. This one all did. We're looking at the Baron right now, and we're back on Andy once again. They're gonna find the auto attacks. Very elusive champion, I really couldn't be, but just not enough when there are 5 people surrounding you, and Chubby is able to find 2 kills, including a shutdown. Gonna be very happy about that one.
Yeah, and he almost made it out, but that does mean I think it's practically a free Baron, though. Jarvan could jump over the pit, but I don't think he'll make it there in time.
Oh, actually he is there in time right now. The flag, the drag, but the smite coming out from Vi. The killer instincts followed as well by the assault. Battery and Kaisa is just left for dead right here. Gambling, watching as her entire team just falls and crumbles down. Now next play have the Baron. They have all 5 members alive. They can push down this mid lane turret.
Yeah, next play, picking up the tempo. And, well, wait, Andy trying to make a heroic play.
Well, next play don't have Chabi at the moment, so they are not gonna be able to kill this turret at the very least.
Pings are going down. It's gonna be a scuttle into that third dragon. They are tied. You know, next play does have that mountain, and Space Gamer has Inferno. The additional cloud, it should be going on the way of next play Tempest, unless they want to commit on the top side using Barret.
Hell girl in a 1v4 finding that kill, keeping herself alive, saying I can beat you, Andy. Does finally go down, but that is 4 members of Space Gamer that pulled up top lane for a 1-for-1. This is a dragon for next play for sure.
And she sacrificed her life for this dragon take, pulling up all the members of Space Gamer. I think they can trade the top lane turret, but they're gonna have to be wary because mid and bot are pushing in with Baron buff. And Space Gamer have to respond to this. They have to recall. Yeah, it's being forced on their hands there. They have to defend their base.
Right. Oh no! Whoa! What? What was that? Oh my goodness! Chabi just deleting that Namhome right there. That's already dying down. What can they even do? Space Gamer, the next play have the Baron buff, and they've got 2 kills onto Chabi so far. Unstoppable, taking down the Jarvan. Helga picking up 1 for herself, and just off that single bubble from Gia there, the game gets blown open even more. Next play, they pick up themselves 2 turrets, and now they're on to the Nexus. Gambling tries best to block out, but Alice is just getting destroyed there. Charmy going golden so as to keep herself alive. There are minions coming in. Next play, Tempest, decisive. They stick the first game of this series.
Next play are going 1 up just from that bubble alone. Again, we blink of an eye and suddenly next play won.
Beautiful stuff there. The MVP on Chabi, but realistically it should belong to both Chabi and Gia, who did so much work there in the bottom lane. And the last bubble onto Namhom there. The only
beautiful,
hope that Space Gamer had.
Bubble. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
I mean, for the side of next play, we know that they are doing their textbook stuff, right? We know that Chabi and Gia, this challenger bot lane, they are so clean. Their mechanics are so clean. The way that they use their spells, Gia hardly missed a bubble the entire game, and whenever she landed one, it really mattered. Like, she's not just using the bubble whenever it's off cooldown. So going into game 2 for KLX, we're looking at the numbers. No one could really dish out a lot of damage because Chavi was an issue. Chavi on this Corki also has package, so quite an elusive champion. Can't really lock this Chavi down. So for KLX going into the next game, the question will be how are they going to change up their draft, right? Knowing that they have a dragon lane to deal with, they have these 2 dual laners. They're going to have to change it up because if you think about it, a Jarvan or Irelia as well as a Diana, it's not really as easy to pull off as compared to say picking a Vi, right, who can just press an ultimate and lock on onto the enemy AD carry. So I expect that both teams, especially on the side of KLX, will make some changes going into game 2.
Yeah, definitely. They have to figure a way to deal with next play, and my goodness, that match had me gripping my hand. Now it's all messy. We're gonna go for a break so I can freshen that one up, but we'll come back. It's gonna be game 2. We're gonna see what Space Gamer can do to deal with this onslaught that is next play. Tempest, don't go anywhere, guys. It's gonna be super exciting. See you guys after the break. Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to the FSL Wild Rift Open 3 Grand Finals. We're here for Game 2 right now. It's Next Play Tempest, who have one game up against Space Gamer Kelly. Really, we just saw Next Play demolish them, honestly, because of the challenger bot lane that Next Play have. And they have Chabi and Gia, of course, very notorious bot lane to get through. And, well, in the previous FSL Open, Space Gamer actually were able to take them down, so you cannot count them out either. And I'll be very interested to see what they have in Game 2 to equalize the playing field.
Yeah, we are in episode 2 of this long drawn out anime battle between Space Gamer and Next Play Tempest. And already the bans and the picks are coming in. So Space Gamer immediately take away the Corki and Galio, and Ziggs just has to be 100% perma-ban. But that does mean that they open up Lucian for themselves, which they have first picked right here. They are on blue side, so that gives them more options. In the meantime, wow, Next Play just locked in Annie for the mid lane, going for that burst damage.
And they went for Vayne as well on Chabi. Wow. That's, I guess, perhaps their answer to the Lucian, because they knowingly left it open. They could have banned it out to prevent Space Gamer from picking it up first. Today, the rest of the games, Lucian has been banned, but perhaps this is the answer that they have. This Vayne Lulu bot lane.
And Vayne Lulu in League of Legends, not just in Wild Rift, but no matter which game you play, Vayne Lulu is a very deadly combo. You have your polymorph, you have everything about Lulu just empowers Vayne so much. Of course, it's going to be on Space Gamer to try and respond to that, because they do have Braum, and they do have the combination of Olaf as well as Seraphine. So Olaf is only as good as a jungler if you have a support or enchanter to try and back him up. And that is where the Seraphine comes in. So looking at the 5v5 potential, obviously KLX, they have Seraphine's ultimate for that big engage play. They also have Braum. They have options to both use them as engage as well as disengage. And on the side of NXP, they're going to be relying on that Annie really to catch an AoE stun. Maybe combine that with a Vibe, because the burst damage that comes out will be humongous.
Yeah, if Annie has a proto belt, it can allow for some pretty far range engages. And oh boy, Chabi and Gia run straight into the enemy team. Oh no! Gia got the flashes coming out, the stun from the procs of Gambling X. And oh, that is so unfortunate. Ellison is gonna pick up first blood on the Lucian of all things.
She's gonna be really happy with that. It feels like they read Next Play. Maybe they have scrimmed or they watch enough of their games to know that the bot lane and the dragon laners keep going to their tribal to try and get a ward down. And this time around, Space Gamer right there to punish them. And this means that Elyson on this Lucian got that extra gold, that first blood. It's gonna be on them to really keep up the tempo and keep the lead on their side.
Absolutely. A very good start to this game right now for Space Gamer, having that first battle on the Lucian. Let's take a look at where the junglers are right now. Vi has passed down into the bot side of her jungle, but Tomaru is still hanging around by the Crux here, so actually gonna get spotted out by the plant. So now they have a vision of where the enemy jungler is on the side of Next Play.
Olaf, not really the best of gankers just yet, but we're gonna get another clash.
Yes, we are absolutely gonna get another clash right now. The bot lane is moving up. Gia is the first one here, but I believe that it's actually Space Gamer who got that Skull Crab. Nope, I tell a lie, it's Next Play, but Next Play are the ones who are forced to run away from this fight.
Wow, Next Play got away with that. Not only got the scuttle, but also went out with their lives. I mean, that has to be a plus on the Next Play side, even though they are down by about 1,000 gold. And are we going to get a clash at the next scuttle? You know, we keep seeing this junglers fighting for the scufflers, and is the laners gonna come and help this time around?
I don't know. This might be harder for the side of Next Play because Andy is pushed up. Hellgirl has a wave that is coming to crash, and Angel sees that and decides not to go for the Skull Crab. Also, Annie was still walking back to the lane, so she wouldn't be available either. Tomaru is at least able to get herself one Scuttle Crab before she retreats back into her jungler, but Hellgirl with the level 5 does not have the mana, unfortunately.
Yeah, and this time around they trade the scuttle, so it's not too bad on the side of Kallyx. Tomaru managed to get the top side scuttle crab, so not losing too much. And Olaf just really needs to get the ultimate.
Oh, Chabi in a lot of trouble right there. Is this gonna be the bot lane kill? Yes, it is on the Chabi there. The Lucian Braum combo there, allowing for near instantaneous CC. The moment Chabi was tagged up, oh, it was over.
That's exactly what we wanted to see from Elizen. You know, she really needs to step on it. She needs to be the one. She's the one with the gold, with the first blood, and now 2 kills. So on that way to that Essence River, and wow, just as I said, immediate pickup thanks to those 2 kills in bot lane. I mean, for Space Gamer, they're gonna have to keep shutting Chabi down if they're gonna want to try and win this game too and even it up.
And this is definitely a very good look right now for Space Gamer. They have control over their bot side with that Lucian, with the Essence Reaver. I don't even know if it's a good idea for next play to attempt to contest this first dragon, just because of how much power there is. Comparing the 280 carries, Lucian with the Essence Reaver, Vayne with a single Vampiric Scepter, you know who has the advantage for sure. But interestingly, Space Gamer are moving all their members up to the Rift Herald.
If tempo is what you want, then the Herald is definitely gonna help. And if they get this Herald, they can use it to pressure Dragon anyway. So looks like it's just gonna be a 5-on-5. I don't think next play will contest this.
Already in the pit though, and the smite is gonna go down to Tomyra. Angel forced to get out of this one, but does drop. Seraphine will fall as well. Listen, however, is getting chased down. His health bar is very low, and Chabi with the final hour and the movement speed. The Vayne passive finds the revenge kill there onto Ellison, and just when you thought the next play we're not gonna contest it, they come back in. They take 4 kills away from Space Gamer.
That is entirely on who are you, their mid laner. That Annie stun, I think she locked up 4 people. You know, the way that Space Gamer was positioned there, they were all grouped up. They didn't, you know, they thought they could just get it and get out, but wow, massive Tivers right there. Definitely want to fight for next play and put them back into the game.
Yep, definitely. Now Space Gamer needs to think about how they want to do this. Dragon Lucian still has the advantage for now in terms of gold, but in terms of items, both Vayne and Lucian have the same amount. Angel's charging up the Vault Breaker again. It's going to be blocked away this time. Where is the smite going to come down? It's actually going to be Seraphine picking this one up, and Angel has already gone down. Chabi off to the side there, doing as much damage as she can, but that Seraphine locking up the team will pay the price for it, though Chabi is going to pick up that kill in exchange. And Chabi still walking forward, gets tagged up, however, gonna take that Lulu ultimate as well, tumbling out with the stealth. The chase from Space Gamer is not enough, however, the culling is not really gonna connect onto anything, and now Andy has to run for her life. Is gonna get taken out by Chabi, who's on a killing spree, gets tagged up by the Glacial Fissure, but gambling a little too late on that one, unable to save a top laner.
Oh my god, it was so close. You know, these kind of fights just show you how good Next Play is at communicating their skills and their abilities. Like which one is up, what spells do they have, because Space Gamer thought they could jump on that Vayne. You know, Vayne was really low health, but then Lulu ultimate coming out, and just Chabi always just has a backup. Her team is always there. And once again, here we go.
Gonna overextend on this one here. Namhom not able to support her 80 carry as much as she would like to. Gambling was not there to block anything either, and that is another overextension from Space Gamer.
I think they are slowly losing the tempo of this game, even though Elizen had that 3 kills to 1.
Yeah.
Or no, actually none of the kills went over to Chabi until the big fights came out, and even though she lost out in lane, it's really in these team fights that tell the story of how Next Play Tempers are so good at working together as 5.
That's right. Gia just keeping her 80 carry alive through everything there was absolutely critical. Really excellent job again. We always sing high praise, and it's definitely well deserved here on the side of Next Play.
And also they dared to bring out an Annie. Like it's not even in the meta, you know, no one saw it coming. Usually
Mhm.
see Ziggs or Oriana. I think Oriana was banned again here in game 2.
Yes, it was.
So having that huge impact AP carry out of nowhere, probably didn't even play it during groups, I feel. So it's definitely a surprise, and for Space Gamer, just like how they brought out Sinch in the top lane for Andy, they're gonna have to adjust on how they play around these objectives when they have an Annie on the opposing team.
Absolutely agreed. And speaking of objectives, next player are starting to position themselves around the bot side here. Hellgirl is gonna get gagged, or more like trying to 1v2 perhaps against the Lucian and the Braum combo. But the problem is that you can't really dash around it. Oh boy, that's an engage onto Seraphine right there. Gonna get caught up by the Assault and Battery. But Chabi under the turret there, forced to flash away, caught out by the Seraphine ultimate as well. Redemption gonna come down to top up the health bars of next play Tempest.
Yeah, both sides trading very key flashes on Chabi. So Space Gamer, if they take notes, they'll be like, alright, in the next fight, Chabi does not have flash. Still has barrier though, and of course always that insurance from Lulu, but it could be something that they use to their advantage in the next clash.
Most definitely, and the dragon is going to be spawning soon, taking stock of the items here. Roar of Ages is completed on Annie. Irelia and Vayne have one item also to their name. Basically, everyone's starting to come online with their damage. No 2 item fights just yet, but there is still a goal advantage for Ellison over Chabi. Be interesting to see if that affects anything in this next fight.
Also,
Oh,
Seraphine opted to complete Sarah's first.
Ooh.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. Now from South Bar, I could see it blinking off the side of the screen. I saw Hellgirl jumping around as well. But Hellgirl unable to find that kill. So next play, one member down. They also have a Camille on the side of Space Gamer pushing up that top lane there. And that's going to be a lot of trouble if it's unanswered. Hellgirl is dead. She can't answer this yet.
But next play already sending their duo to respond to that top. Camille does have teleport, so Andy can join her team if she wants to, but Space Gamer has to do something here at Dragon.
Yep, they're gonna be starting this one up. Keep your eyes on Angel here with the smite. Any chances of getting it? No, it's gonna be given over to Tomira with her own smite, and Angel is going to fall.
The Vi didn't need to go in there, it is only the second dragon is Cloud. So kind of just dropping for no reason, especially since her duo lane went to respond to the top lane push that Space Gamer set up with that Camille. So in the end, Space Gamer still with the gold lead, still has those dragons stacking up. It's gonna be on them to see how they play out these team fights, because so far, next play looked that much sharper in these team fights.
Yep, absolutely agree. But I feel like where next play has faltered a little is in Hellgirl, where she always tries to go in and get that like 1v2 play, but always falling short and ending up forced to give her life away for nothing really much in exchange. I think that that could probably go a little better for next play. We need to be a little more conservative, but Eliza is gonna get caught out there. Hellgirl does not connect the ultimate, however. An Angel without the assault and battery is unable to go in and find anything more.
Yeah, so Space Gamer has the option to keep targeting Hellgirl in the side lane, but they're gonna have to balance it with which objectives are up and pressure that they put across the map. We can see here they are desperately trying to get that mid lane tower down, because when mid lane tower is down, the map opens up that much more. But so far, the wave clear on both sides. You got Seraphine versus Annie, not allowing either side to really knock on the mid lane tower. So we expect more side lane pressures to come in, and Andy on that Camille is already working on that.
Yeah, ooh, that's a lot of damage onto Annie, however. And when you don't have flash on the Annie now that's been used, it becomes a lot harder to find the engages that you want. And oh, Hellgirl once again. Oh wow. Okay,
No,
made
of
it out
course.
just in time.
Yeah. But it does mean, again, side lane pressure.
Absolutely, and next play are gonna be able to find. I mean, Space Gamer, whoops, are gonna be able to find yet another turret in the side lane. And right now, next play have lost 5 turrets and they've only been able to take 1 back for themselves. So objectives wise, definitely not looking very good for them.
It was quite funny seeing Vi and Brom just walk past each other and like, alright, nothing's gonna happen.
Whoa! Wait, hold on a second here. Chabi, wow, that's a 3-man Timbers as well. Chabi trying her very best, but there's a lot of crowd control there. The Irena ultimate comes in a little late. Chabi, do you see that? She just ran straight forward into the middle of 4 people.
That's such an
wow.
Uzi move, you know. That's really such an Uzi move to do.
Chabi is the Uzi of the Philippines right here, doing absolute work on that vein.
You can imagine that she's the one calling the shots and be like, you know, let's go, let's move forward.
Yeah, I'm going in and y'all better follow me.
Yeah, exactly. It's you who should follow up. You are the ones with the stuns and the CCs, and I expect you to land them.
And they have been landing them, especially that Timbers ultimate there. From Who Are You? I feel like if that didn't land, I think Chabi would have been dead. But that 3-man stun along with the protection of Gerard really kept her alive through that.
And she does have 2 items already, 2.5. The Blade of Hurricane and Solari Charge Blade. So Vayne with these items in a pretty good position. Definitely not falling behind the Lucian too much. And next play here, trying to get that Annie stun, right? The Annie, if she doesn't land a good stun and she doesn't burst anyone down on Space Gamer, they have potential to turn around the fight.
Tomaru does not go in, however, doesn't hit that blast gun. Oh dear, that's a huge oopsie there, but there's no time to talk about that because Chabi is just running straight through the back line of Space Gamer, taking down 2 already. It's gonna be a double kill. Camille falling and still with that Lulu movement speed and the final hour just going so fast. Look at this, vroom vroom. Chabi just going forward. This really truly is the Chabi show. She's still alive, she's still going. They use those words for Uzi, and now I'm gonna use that for Chabi running rampant on that vein.
Huge mistakes from Space Gamer. They wanted to steal the dragon, but they give up their lives for it, and there's really no reason to do so. It wasn't the Elder, it was just a cloud.
Oh, that was such a huge mistake right there for Space Gamer, because basically what happened was Olaf popped the Ragnarok and then hit the blast code. So because they're immune to crowd control, he didn't fly over the wall. And so because of that, they couldn't even have a chance at stealing the dragon. And so Gambling was probably who flashed in and used the Glacial Fissure. Probably like, Tomaru, you okay? That is,
but why though? Why? Why do you need to even try and steal this dragon? It's not going to change the game. But losing your lives and getting Chabi fed, your Vayne with those items, and now with Phantom Dancer, as well as we saw the empowered movement speed from Lulu and the shields and everything, it feels like next play has this game tool in their bag once again.
Yep, it is potentially in the bag for them. Gambling gonna get caught out by the assault and battery again. Chabi gonna start dealing a lot of damage right there. Standing in the front, she's the front most right now, but that 3-man might just turn everything. Gia has gone down. The health bars on Space Gamer are low, but the health bars on next play are even lower. Chabi is the only one right now trying to do as much damage as she can. Takes Elisa down, is still alive, and she's really still going in the backline. Legendary, and her health is really just probably single digit at this point, but stays alive somehow through everything. My goodness, Chabi is insane.
Oh my god, Chabi! Wow! I mean, credit to Namham, you know, for landing that amazing Seraphine ultimate, charming up, was it 3 to 4 members on the side of next play? But we thought Chabi would go down, but she doesn't.
Yeah, Gia got instantly popped, and I thought, okay, now Chabi has no more support left, but Chabi just showcasing her superior mechanics as well, being able to tumble and dodge so many things, keeping herself alive. Wow, this is amazing. This is a masterclass in Vayne right here, guys. You Google how to play Vayne in Wild Rift, right? This game is gonna pop out in your search results for sure.
Chabi is, oh wow, we thought she was shining on Corky and other AD carries, but really patch 2.4 is just empowering her so much. Even on Vayne, who may not have benefited from the latest items, but definitely when you've got the mechanics, you can definitely win those team fights.
Yep, that's gonna be the Baron going down as well. And now Chavi's just gonna start Greenhouse. Ellison has turned golden, but that's in the middle of the team. Oh, actually able to get out of this one, but Chabi, vroom vroom, she's very angry right now, and she's gonna be relentlessly pursuing Ellison. How does that feel, Lucian? She says she chases him down, takes her out. Next play, Tempest have the Baron. They've taken out 3 members. Maybe they can look to end this game.
They're gonna split the 3-2, and they do have the wave working in their favor. So it's just a matter of withering down Space Gamer.
Yep, death timers right now 30 seconds on Ellison. Both waves in top and mid are pretty substantial at this moment, and Chabi just popping the final hour, going straight into Condemn. Is gonna land onto Tomaru there, but the platform is gonna keep them alive from her onslaught, but it's not going to help their Nexus out, and Chabi doing the zoning right there brings next play Tempest to match point.
Oh wow, we thought that it would be the Elysian show with that first blood and the second blood in lane as well, but
Yeah.
next play Tempers as a team really supporting Charby all the way. And interestingly, if you look at the scoreboard, it's Brom who managed to get the SVP.
Yeah. The question right now is how do you realistically deal with this? How do you deal with Chubby? The problem with the AD carry is that you just can't ban out all the AD carries. You really need a concrete plan of how to stop Chubby before she gets fed.
I think it's not even a question of which AD carry she's using, because clearly she can carry on every single one of them. And looking at the damage here, Chavi obviously 30,000 damage, and no one on the side of KLX could match that. And the story is really about team play, right? League of Legends Wild Rift, it is a team game. Every single person has to step up. And as much as KLX, as we saw them go through the playoffs, they were really good at capitalizing on mistakes. They recognize when their opponents are out of position. But against next play look like they're much cleaner, look like they are more tight compared to other teams. So as a team for KLX, if you're so good at capitalizing on mistakes, but next play is the one that aren't really making that many, besides the fact that maybe Helgor here, overstepped a bit here and there, but at the end of the day, in your team fights, next play are the ones with better micro and better teamwork and coordination. And it's really not about the AD carries, it's about who makes less mistakes.
Absolutely the case, and I just want to say that Chabi is just giving us such a show right now. It really brings me so much joy to watch and cast this kind of game, because you really get to see just how tight knit these players on next play are right there. The amount of trust that Chabi has in her support, and the amount of trust that the rest of the team has in her, that they would let her go forward like that and just go on an absolute rampage, right? That's really not something that you see every day. And yeah, I am a huge Chavi fanboy at this point. Wow, amazing.
I think we all are. We all are. That is, we saw Andy put out a masterclass on Cinch, and Chavi's doing the same thing right here.
Yeah, exactly. And well, we're now gonna go for a quick break. I need to catch my breath. That game was so amazing. Anyway, when we come back, right, it's match point right now. Definitely Space Gamer. You cannot count them out. They still have a way back. It's gonna be a tall order and a hard climb, but they can definitely do it. Stay tuned for Game 3, guys. It's gonna be exciting, and you definitely do not want to miss it at all. Hello everyone and welcome back to the third game of the FSL Wild Rift Open Finals. Wow, in the previous game we had Chubby giving us a masterclass on Vayne. It's very exciting stuff.
I think
Oh
Chubby just
wow,
gives us a masterclass on all marksmen, really.
yeah, really, wow. And Gia as well doing a phenomenal job to support on Lulu. And of course, we need to talk also about the Annie pick. Wow, there's just so much to talk about, so much that next play is doing right now.
It is really great to see them bring out these picks. You don't really expect to see any in a grand final, especially on the current patch 2.4. But here we are. It's kind of like an alternate to Ziggs, where yes, she can still clear the wave, but of course her range is a lot smaller. But she did manage to land those 3 to 4 man Tibus ultimates and stuns, which really set up for her team. So, looking at next play, they are at match point. They are up 2-0, and you can feel that they really won this because Space Gamer Kallyx were the same team that knocked them out in the semifinals in Wild Rift Open 2. So, right, they have just so much coming in here, and you can feel like they really won back the championship which they won in Wild Rift Open 1.
Yeah, definitely. This is the pure revenge arc. Whilst they got knocked out, they want it back right now. We are into our third game. We are here at match point. Bans wise, things are exactly the same actually.
Yeah, looks like the bans from game 2 and game 3 are exactly the same. Solution is now open, and KLX recognizing that that was
Mhm.
not the problem, right? Lucian was actually a
Yeah.
great pick. Elizen was 2 kills up onto Chabi, but they couldn't make it work during these team fights, and some mistakes were made. So for
Mhm.
next play, I think they can still go for the same thing, right? If they wanted to, they
Ooh.
could still go for a Lulu, but they
Whoa.
are changing things up right away. Just say, all right, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go for Zaya Rakan,
Yeah,
which means
absolutely.
that it's
You
a
see,
different playstyle for Gia.
yeah, definitely a different playstyle for Gia, but another pretty much hyper carry here for Chabi that she can use to really take over this game if she's given the opportunity to do so.
And what I really
The
like is that Space Gamer finally got Vi on their side, which is something that I talked about in game one, where they could not access the backline. You know, you do have Javan or Irelia, but these champions are just not as good as it's not point and click, right, on the backline. So
Mhm.
now they have Vi as an option. We're gonna have to see whether they really do want to lock in this Brom or they go for an Enchanter to support to try and get like some sort of AoE. You know, Nami could be picked here as well because they already have the Seraphine, but looks like
Yeah,
they are just gonna stick to the Brom and Seraphine combo. Meanwhile, next play is the one who changed things up even more. Xin Zhao, pretty good jungler on 2.4. And Fiora, Hell Girl, back on her comfort
yeah.
pick. Definitely did not look as comfortable on, was it the Irelia in the last
I
game?
really, yeah, yep.
Yeah, so
The
she is back on one of her signature picks. We expect this to maybe go in the way of next play once again.
yep, they've just been exchanging the Irelia and Fiora there in the Baron lane. But yeah, this could possibly go the way of next play again. It's really down to Space Gamer to try to find their way back because it is match point right now. These teams are playing for first place, which of course has a prize of $250 and 5,000 Wild Rift cores per team. And that's very enticing, I would say, especially also the fact that you get to, if you're next play, call yourselves the 2 times champions of the Wild Rift Opens, having won potentially both 1 and 3 right now. We are here on the Wild Rift for game 3 of the finals.
And last game in game 2, we saw First Blood coming up really fast. And Space Gamer reading
Oh,
that, already moving deep into the enemy jungle.
yeah, but if you notice here, Chabi and Gia did not do walk the same way as they did the previous time.
Yeah.
They are actually here in the bot lane. So they might be going for some cheese, in fact, with the Zaya and
Rakan with that
Rakan
knockup
combo.
at level 1 with Ignite. Oh,
Yeah.
she went for Exhaust. So
Yep. Oh, they're gonna be able to catch out onto Elizen there, who already is chunked down to 200 health there. Excellent start for next play.
they just got some HP chunked up from the AD carry, but without Ignite, that would not have been a kill. And on the side of the junglers, looks like Space Gamer know exactly where Xin Zhao is. They also have his blue buff warded up. So the question really is about where Vi is gonna go, because in game 1, Space Gamer basically camped out at bot side, right?
Oh.
And so in game 3 here, with Vi who can gank before she gets her ultimate, there could be a possibility of one right here. Or
Oh, this
everyone
is
could
gonna
just fight
be.
over the Scuttle Crab as usual.
Yeah, this is gonna be one of those Color Crab fights. Unless Gia gets caught out here, forced to use the Battle Dance to retreat there. But is able to give a decent shield to Chabi, and now Chabi is able to chase Gambling down and do some return chip damage, and that leaves Angel with space to take this Scuttle Crab right here. Oh dear, the root landing onto Gia. Can she find the dash onto anyone? She cannot. That's gonna be Namo picking up the first blood, and now Angel and who are you have to retreat as well. Tomaru keeping the offensive up with those punches. 1-2 punch, punch first. Ask questions while punching. Ask questions while your enemies are dead. Space Gamer pick up 3 kills right there.
That was so well played by Space Gamer. Even though the gank didn't go as well at first, because your Brom tagging Rakan, not the best champion to tag, right? You can just use his. Oh, are we gonna get some kills here? Probably not.
Potentially, oh, that's wow. That I think that shield there blocked out some of the damage there. It might have caused Elizen to fall, but Chabi really just continuing to push the offensive in the bot lane.
just forcing her to reset. But the gank didn't go the way of Space Gamer, but the return on that scuttle is the first time that we saw them really punish next play for that scuttle crab. And I think it was well played, especially Namhom getting in the right position, roaming down to help her team out. Those Seraphine and the Roots and tagging the enemy champions with her long range spells have really helped them out, and 3 kills on the board. But that's it. We can't count out next play because even though they're behind, they're so good at coming back. You can't count them out in these team fights, and it's really, really on Space Gamer to see how they execute.
Oh, Chabi has the ultimate right now, and so does Lysant. But yes, this is what happened the previous game as well. Space Gamer were up 3-0, but somehow next play found their way back through Chabi and Gia in the bot lane. So again, that's the place that we'll be looking at. The Dragon and the Rift Herald are going to be spawning in
Vi's at bot.
right now, but Vi has made a gank in the bot lane. Chabi has already taken out Elysian, however, and now Vi is the one who's in a bunch of trouble that gets exhausted up. Braum with the shield is behind her, and the root is going to land as well. Chabi continuing to land those auto attacks. Gambling, however, flashing forward. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. That's not it. That's not what you want to do. Namhom has arrived, but a little too late. I think that flash there was very overzealous from Gambling there, thinking that Braum could solo out Chabi there. That's not what Braum does, my friends.
I mean, it was a gamble. You could say that.
Aha. Yes. Yeah, we could. But anyway, next player moving forward towards the Rift Herald right now. Hellgirl is going to be trying to do some zoning out there. Did use the parry, but that's going to be a 2-man stun. There is one extra member of Space Gamer here, however, and that means there's a whole bunch of trouble. The Rift Herald is stolen by the Seraphine ultimate there, and 2 members of next play go down right off the bat.
Yeah, even though Space Gamer kind of messed it up at bot once again, we do see a different playstyle from next play because Chabi without an enchanter support still manages to peel for herself, especially Xayah has her ultimate. But I really think for Space Gamer they need to fight with Namhom because they are winning fights when Namhom is around. And even there at the Rift Herald, they managed to pull it off because of Seraphine's support and Seraphine's damage. As well as the ultimate, I think it hit about 2 to 3 people on the side of next play. So instead of forcing things at bot side, Space Gamer can consider just playing around Seraphine as well as Vi. And I cannot state how happy I am to see that they finally picked up this Vi.
Ooh, this is a bush camp right here. Chabi gonna be using that ultimate, thereby forced to flash over the wall. The rest of next player are moving in as well, but Gia is extremely low, able to run out with the quickness. Who are you here with the stun, but does not have the ultimate, and that means the next play cannot continue the chase.
You see the value of Vi. She walks up to Xayah and Xayah has
Andy is getting caught out right now, forced to flash away, did get stunned up. The Rift Herald was summoned in the bot lane, but Tomaru there with that low health bar does not dare to stand near Chabi at all. Just gonna place the Rift Herald down, get that plate money and walk away.
Tomaru on this Vi, she really forces Chabi to use her ultimate, and Xayah without her ultimate means less peel, especially when you're paired with someone like Rakan. Chabi, we keep seeing her with Lulu, and in the first game, was it a Nami? Yeah, it was Nami instead of Janna.
Yes.
So the peel is not as much as she's getting in the first 2 games, and Vi just brings so much value. Because imagine if she uses her ultimate, trading it for Vi, you still have Seraphine, you still have Braum's ultimate that can hit that AD carry, and
oh my goodness, Gia with yet another engage onto Elysian. This time Elysian is going to be going down, or not. Actually, the rest of Space Gamer have arrived. Angel has that Guardian Angel. Very appropriate stuff there, I just realized. But Gia again with the knockups, landing knockup after knockup after knockup, is in the front lines, but is not able to take anyone down. Namhom is so low. Gambling is going to be taken out, however, but Chabi has fallen, and this leaves a 3v3 situation right now in the bot lane with Andy free pushing. Who are you is gonna face check this push, gonna land the stun, stops the vault breaker, forces the flash from Tomaru. Tomaru gonna stay alive, but is gonna lose that summoner spell. And while all this is happening here, Andy is just having a nice time playing that PvE game at the top lane.
PvE and the tower, gonna trade the tower for dragon, which isn't so bad at all. It's just that Space Gamer, even though they are 7 kills to 3, the goal lead is only less than 1000. So next play, even though they lose more members in these team fights, but they manage to burn some of the spells, they manage to get picks off here and there, and also trade objectives because that is the bot turret as well as dragon is in exchange for top.
Yeah, when we look at goal leads, it's important to look at who the goal is on, and right now, Chabi actually has more than 1,000 gold more than her counterpart. So even though you see that there's a 2,000-ish gold lead for Space Gamer, who is the goal really on? It's on Chabi, and that's the member who we've been talking about giving us masterclasses in marksman, right? So if there's one member you want to have a goalie on, it's Chabi, and she has the most goal in the game right now.
And look at next play, playing with that vision again. The reason why Elysian has been having such a hard time is because next play wards up and they camp a bush. And the moment that the CC lands on Elysian's Lucian and they chunk her down, they basically make sure that she's out of the fight. Which is why Space Gamer just needs to be a little bit more careful and play around Namhome, because Namhome is going to be key in these team fights. And she's the one who has been winning it for her team. Because Lucian cannot get chunked out. Like, you need Lucian to be in the fight throughout from the start to end.
Absolutely right. It's critical that this Lucian stays alive. Right now, next play are just fanning out and continuing to farm up. The Baron will be spawning in around a minute. Let's take stock here and look at the items. As you can see there, Chabi already has the Essence Reaver and the Solari Charge Blade there on the Xayah.
While Lucian only has the Essence Reaver, so already losing out in terms of damage. But the one that's really comfortable is Namhome on Seraphine. 3, 0, and 4 already has that Saras as well as the Yantris. So she's gonna be doing a lot of work in these skirmishes.
Absolutely, I would just say that, 2.4 is an absolute blessing for Chabi because it's an 80 carry patch. So Chabi was feeling really happy right now about those 2 items in her inventory. Before this, she would have to build Blade the Ruin King, but now she can build full crit, and that works amazingly with Xayah. As you can see here, putting out so much of that damage onto Andy right there, who is left to fall. Chabi gonna tank out that turret a little. Does manage to take it out as well.
Yeah, and they could not get the one for one. She even invested Flash as well as her ultimate there, but oh, Baron?
Yep, Baron is started up right here. This is a place where the tides could turn, but look at this again. Chabi is the front most player on her team at one point in time there, and that's a beautiful knock up and a beautiful Timbers as well. Next play continuing to find the engages. Chabi just flashing forward. Namhome gonna take a feather to the face. The teleport is coming in from Andy on the area, but it is too little too late. Trying to blaze us forward, the stun does not connect. Gia is forced to flash away. Chabi in the front line, soaking up a bunch of damage there, but Gambling, even with the shield up, taking a ridiculous amount of damage from this Xayah.
The thing about Space Gamer is that when they have leads against next play, for some reason they're just...
Chabi gets blown up there. And Andy tanking up that tower, but who are you? Surely going to fall. The Relentless Pursuit Illusion flashing as well, but that might just cost her her life. Dashes out of that. Can't dash, but gonna take a feather to the face. How dare you kill my lover?
It's so messy because Space Gamer, even though they have the lead, you don't really see them making the proactive moves. And all the time, we're just seeing Chabi move front, right? She recognizes and she tells the team, this is the opening, we need to go. We need to step on the pedal. And that's really the big difference between next play and Space Gamer Kallyx.
That is absolutely right. Next play are first ones to this second dragon. You keep your eyes on Tomaru. Might try to go in for a steal or might just give it up. It's actually going to get caught out there by that battle dance, so does not have the Vault Breakers to go in for this dragon. The smite there did not actually land, but oh no, Tomaru took the blast cone, and that is a huge mistake there. I bet that Tomaru is wishing right now that she had Ragnarok to stop herself from making such a mistake. But unfortunately, this is Vi, so does go down, and that leaves Baron open right now. Next player are going to continue with the chase. The charm from Gia is going to catch out onto 2 Andy, trying to jump onto Chabi right now for the feathers off, keeping her alive. Chabi with the heal and everything, and keeping herself alive once again. Chabi surviving with so little health. Every single thing that Chabi does counts to make her team get the advantage.
The way that she positioned the feathers there really helped her out. I think she managed to pull off that last second route. And once again, Chavi, no matter which marksman she is on, she pushes that AD carry to the limit. Another masterclass for you right here on Zaya.
Absolutely, now with 3 items on Chabi, with about 2,000 gold above anyone else in the game. I would say next player at a pretty comfortable spot right now in this game.
You know what I really don't want to see are junglers on either team going in just to try and steal a dragon, which wouldn't really change the outcome of the game. And when they give over leads like that, it's not good because every gold lead matters, right? Especially when you're playing against next play and that goal goes over to Chabi. It looks like they are just gonna start up the Baron right here.
Ooh, yep, Chabi actually taking a lot of damage from the Baron Angel as well. Chabi falling to about 200 health here. She can get caught out. It'll be disaster. The smite does not go through for Space Gamer, and it's going to be next play who pick it up. The teleport is coming in for Andy, but now Andy fighting herself in the middle of everyone. And wow, Hellgirl just going forward as well. Gonna get taken out by the Kallyx of Eliza. And once again, when the camera pans to Chabi, you can see that she survived with so little health again and again and again.
I think it's really the micro there. You saw her
Yeah.
hit the Baron from outside the pit, and the moment that she recognized that Space Gamer was closing in, she moved towards the back. So she created space between her and the opponents, and she also created space so that her teammates can come and help her.
Absolutely. Again, beautiful stuff from Chabi. Who are you there on the Annie, dealing a lot of damage as well. Gambling might just go down, or Gia is the one who's actually forced to flash over the wall. Eliza continuing to push forward there. The Seraphine ultimate is not going to connect, and Eliza finally gets that kill there, continuing to chase down on that Lucian. Who are you? Maybe in a small trouble, but no! My god! That burst! Just turning around and being like, hey, you wanna chase me? Boom! Where's your health? It's gone. You're colorblind now. That's the power of Annie, and that's the power of playing a champion that no one really expects. You don't really know what exactly it does, and well, what Annie does apparently is tons of damage.
Tons of damage, and this is Chubby 1v3 with Baron Buff. What is going on?
Yeah.
Chubby already
Wow.
3 items: SS Reaver, Solari Charge Blade, and Infinity Edge. No one can match her.
Ooh. Angel getting engaged upon there, but with the Guardian Angel and the Sinja ultimate, it just looks like Chabi is just gonna do all the true damage with that Zaya passive, and just like that, next play, maybe not actually. Eliza, oh, the culling, and again it happens again. Chabi surviving with so little health, 121 health to her name. And just like that, next play Tempest completing their 100% speed run 3-0 Wild Rift Open 3. They're the first 2-time champions of the Wild Rift Open. Congratulations to next play Tempest. They are the winners.
That was incredible! Congratulations to next play from the Philippines. And also getting the revenge on the very team that knocked them out in Wild Rift Open 2. And we see right here, Chavi again with the MVP. Amazing stuff, amazing micro, amazing teamwork, amazing coordination. I mean, the sky's the limit, for next play.
Absolutely, the sky is the limit, and they might even go further than the sky right now because they have 2 Wild Rift Open championships to their name. Congratulations to them. Not only do they get the prestigious Wild Rift Open Championship title, they also get themselves $250 as well as 5,000 Wild Rift cores. And look at that right there, Chabi with the 27,000 damage, 16,000 gold. That game went phenomenally for them.
And it felt like the Annie pick was like something they were hiding throughout groups and the playoffs. And suddenly it's like, yeah, okay, we can play Galio, but if you ban Galio, we're just gonna pick Annie. Like, it's not even the Oriana, which also got banned. It's not even any other mage. Just straight up, just plain and simple Annie. Right? And she does so much burst damage together with Xin Zhao and helping her team engage as well as peel with Tibbers.
Yep, absolutely right. I saw just now in the stream chat, so many people were saying, "Well, how do you do it, Chabi? You just have to ban Chabi as a whole, you know." But the problem is you can't do that in WoW if you can only ban three champions from her pool, and her pool is what basically every AD carry. So, how do you? Yeah, Chabi really, they really deserve this. Next Play Tempest doing a phenomenal job, really. Congratulations to
And
them.
some congratulations to them. And we also want to credit KLX right here
Of
because
course.
you can see them trying to adjust their draft throughout game 1 to 3. They adjusted their bans, right? They lost to Corky in game 1 and then they decided, all right, we're going to take Corky out. They definitely, tried to change things around in the jungle. They tried Olaf and they also are now putting in Seraphine mid instead of Diana. But really, what we wanted to see was this Vi to come out a lot earlier because, as you can see in this game, finally Vi makes a threat towards the enemy AD carry, as opposed to
Mhm.
Olaf or Jarvan, where you can't really get onto Chabi, and it did make slight differences. But at the end of the day, it's the execution, and it's really the small things, right, that both teams
Yeah.
were trying to capitalize on. They both saw mistakes being made, and unfortunately for today, I think next play is the one that made less mistakes than KLX,
Mhm.
and they come out here with the victory, with the championship.
Certainly. Oh wow, that was amazing. My heart right now, right, is really filled with joy. Wow, that was what a great series. It may have been 3-0, but wow, that was a great series. I would say, definitely Space Gamer Kelly put up an amazing fight right there. Getting second place is definitely still an improvement, especially when you break away from that third place curse that you had.
Yeah, so
So
maybe
congratulations
first
to them.
next
Yeah.
time. Who
Yeah, maybe
knows?
first next time Wild Rift Open
Yeah.
4, who knows? The anime arc can continue. Here's the thing, you
Yes.
you can always write more write more manga chapters, convert more of them to anime, and soon we'll see the entire journey of these teams. And really, I think having casted all the Wild Rift Opens is really it really fills me with joy to see these teams continue to grow every single time. You just see them
They really
continue to
do.
adapt and evolve, whether they are like whether they were teams that were eliminated in earlier stages that have made it further into the tournament this time, whether they're new teams who just make an amazing appearance, or whether they're teams like Next Play who are just names that you constantly hear about, like Chavi and Gia.
Mm.
It's just amazing to see all these teams come at it and do their best for this championship.
And they really have evolved, as we watch them. The drafts this time around is a brand new patch 2.4. It is also, unfortunately, the AD carry patch. I mean, fortunately or unfortunately.
Fortunately.
Obviously, for Chabi, it is entirely fortunately because you have
Mhm.
all the items here empowering these AD carries. We also didn't get to see that many AD carry comps. Wanted to see maybe a triple AD carries, which some of the pro teams are doing. But so far here, the teams have been drafting quite standard. They rely on the engage and they rely on peeling off for their AD carries, which have worked out
Mhm.
really well for them. As you can see here, recap of the brackets. Next play
Yeah.
Tempers as well as Space Gamer Kallyx. I think they 2-0'd all their
Yeah.
opponents so far.
Next Play had
Yeah, all the way.
perfect run of the playoffs.
Perfect
Amazing
run.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations
And
to
well
them. Wow, they
earned.
have really, yeah, they've really cemented themselves right now as the best team at the moment for FSL. Wild Rift right now, really picking up 2 championships, right? That's really good stuff. Really, congratulations to them. They definitely deserve this.
And especially sticking together. This is the power of having family. Right? Your
Yep,
roster sticks
that's
together
right.
throughout open 1, 2, 3. You can see how much cleaner they are and how much more refined they are. And it really
Mhm.
is a joy to watch because at peak League of Legends Wild Rift, this is it, right? It's a
Yeah,
layering of CCs. Everything is timed properly. Your members of the team are all positioned extremely well, as what we saw Chavi do, and her entire team is there to back her up. I mean, there's no more family. How much more family can you get than this?
yeah, exactly. Wow, yeah, that's really really great stuff. Really, wow. It's really been just such a pleasure to cast. I keep saying this, but wow, yeah, they never next play just never dropped a match at all in the open. In the
Not
entire
even in
group stage, also they
groups.
had a perfect group, so a perfect tournament for them. What better way to clinch a second title, Tanya?
Amazing, amazing. Congratulations to Next Play. I think the whole Philippines was behind their back and very, very happy
Mhm.
for them.
Yeah, Absolutely. And well, from us, I guess that's it for FSL Wild Rift Open 3. Thank you so much for watching. It has been an absolute pleasure to cast. It's been such amazing games. I'm Gerard, Escape Artist. You can find me on Facebook at Escape Artist. You can find me on TikTok at Escape Artist Casts. And here, Tanya.
I'm just Tania May on basically everything, but also want to give out a shout out to our sponsors. Thank you to Yahoo and Intel. Without you, this wouldn't be half a day. So thank you so much for sponsoring Wild Rift Open.
Yep, definitely. Of course, also for Tania. She's a writer at One Esports, so you can check out her articles, her guides on League of Legends and Wild Rift as well. So do show her some support there as well from me and from Tania and from everyone else here at FSL Wild Rift Open 3. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.